Today we're gonna put up bulk items in long-term storage, and what that consists of is putting rice and beans into Mylar bags and heat sealing them with oxygen absorbers so that way they can last for 30 plus years. So my supplies today are gonna be the Mylar bags. I'm only using 2 sizes today, and both of these have zipper pouch you can use for not long-term storage. It doesn't last as long, obviously. It's just like a Ziploc bag. But if you heat seal these, then that's what makes them last the 30 years, plus years. And then I have some labels to label the buckets. I have my 5-gallon buckets right here. You want food grade. You want some lids. I have scissors to cut my bags of food, Sharpies to label, and I have my heat sealer. I also have my oxygen absorbers. So first we're going to take our bucket. Open up a Mylar bag. Once the rice and beans actually go in there, it'll fill it up. So let's start out with the rice. Today I have jasmine rice, which just got it from Walmart. You can do basmati, long grain, anything really. I'm gonna do a small cut so that way nothing spills, since I'm doing this on a table and I'm short. You want to make sure the rice is getting in all the corners. Kind of maneuver it around. I don't know if you can see. It comes up to about right here. I'm going to just for now set this aside. Let's go ahead and make the label. So I'm gonna label it rice, or let's just do jasmine rice. You can see, labeled it. And that'll be ready for when we actually do the heat sealing. Because you want to work fast. You want to put the oxygen absorbers in there, seal it, and then heat seal it. So I want to have the buckets all ready to go for that. Next is our pinto beans. So we're just going to take another bucket. And the same goes for the beans. This one I'm doing pinto beans. We eat a lot of pinto beans. These beans are heavier, so let's see if I can get them in there, no problem. Pull the bag up. got this. We'll label this pinto beans. Next up, we're going to do things a little differently since I don't use quite as much as the red beans and black beans, but I want to have some saved and put away. Plus, I haven't found a 20-pound bag of red beans or black beans in the store, so we're going to do it this way. We'll do the red beans first. And you can see I have 10 1-pound bags. And I can up a red bean mixture, and I'll make a pot of rice and then we'll just dump it over, and it's really good. So I always want to make sure not only to have canned red beans on the shelf, but I want to have them dried as well. Also, I'm thinking, in case I need to give these away, I'll know what's in them. So I kind of want them to be in their package. So that's why I snipped off a corner. And I'm just going to put these in there like so. That way they're intact, but when I put the oxygen absorber in it, all the oxygen can still come out. So let's label this bag red beans, and then I'll just put one in my pantry. So that's how I decided to label them. So now we're going to put one more in here. And these will only need a 500 cc one. My plan is to just stick these in buckets like this, or I can even stick them on my shelf like this in a cool, dark place. Let's do the black beans. So let's label them. Black beans, 3 1-pound bags, May 2026. Okay, let's put these on our bags. And all these you can order on Amazon. Just make sure they're at least a 4 milliliter Mylar bag. You don't want anything less than that. Today I went ahead and I got some extra wide egg noodles, because also a canned meal I make, and that I'll be doing a video on shortly, is beef stroganoff. Not the ground beef type, but with their stew meat we canned. And it's really good. You just add some cream, sour cream in there, and it's so good and so quick and easy. So here I have 5 of these. And because they take up so much room, I mean, I can only get 5 in a bucket. I'm debating. I should use these bags and do each one individual. Because if I dump it all in one, once I open that bucket up, you know, I'll feel like I'll need to use it. Unless I could put a gamma lid on it, but I just think it's easier if I just do it in these small. So we're switching. We're not using the bucket. And because these are noodles and harder, I don't want them punching a hole through this bag. So I'll keep them in this plastic bag. And again, I'll just cut the corner off. That fits in there nicely. And I'll just store them this way. Here I am just making labels for each of the bags. So if you wanted to store them in just this bag and say, because in just the plastic, they're not gonna last, you know, very long, within a year. If you stored them in this Ziploc bag, it would last a little longer. At any rate, if you didn't want to do the long-term storage like this, I would totally put these, if you were to get several of these, at least put them in here and Ziploc them up. So that way they stay fresher longer. Because literally, we'll have these for 30 years plus. And as you use one, you just go and replenish whatever you decide what's best for your family, however many you want to have on hand. When you go there into your long-term pantry and you take one of these out, because we're not going to use a whole bag when we make a dinner of these, so we'll go and we'll take it out of our long-term pantry, we'll put it in the working pantry, in the kitchen, and probably an airtight glass container, and as we use it up, that's when we'll go and I'll make note to get another bag of these so I could replace it, so we always have the same amount rotating through. You always want to rotate through your food. Otherwise, what's the point? You're not really saving money if you're having to throw it away for going bad or not using it. I will get this organized. I will plug in my hot iron and we'll go on to that step. Okay, our straightener is heated up. So what we're going to do now is start with the wide egg noodles. So what I do is I close it halfway, squeeze out the air as much as I can. And let's do 2 at a time because there's 2 packets in each one. So we don't want to waste them. Okay, both are halfway open. Just making sure this one is. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut the oxygen absorber open. Oh. One, two, three, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are 100 cc's, but just 5 packs. So I put 5 in there of the 100 cc's. They weren't the 500 like originally thought. I don't need to squeeze out the air. I don't know why I'm doing that, because the oxygen absorbers will take care of that. So here's what we do. We'll just take our heat and go across. Ow! Woo! I just touched that end. We'll go across the top and above the Ziploc. Make sure it's sealed, and there's one. Go to the other one. And this works fast. You don't need to keep your iron on it. So those two are done. It's that simple. Those will last for 30 years. So now let's move on to the next one. Fast forwarding, as I don't think you guys need to watch the sealing with each of the bags. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just takes a little bit. Here they all packaged up. Now we're gonna do the 5-gallon buckets. And I found a 2,500 or a 2,000 oxygen absorbent. And we still have these that I opened the last bag with, so I'm just gonna go ahead and toss those in there as well. Just because they're open and we won't be able to use them. So again, the same process. So let's just close this Ziploc halfway. Pull the air out. You can see this one's bigger. And we'll put 3 in here. And then for this one, the rice, same thing. Close it halfway. Open up the oxygen absorber. It's bigger. Put that in. And put in the extra. Okay. So now the sealing happens. Same process, just slowly go over the line. Want to make sure there's no gaps. There we go. Woo, still hot. Now for this one. We'll make sure the top is flat. You don't want to see any creases, and when you do this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, and there we have it. Jasmine rice for 30 years, pinto beans for 30 years plus, and then my red beans and black beans. So then what you do, you put the lid on tight, stack them, put them in a cool, dry place, and store them. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Thank you. Until next time.